Hi guys, welcome to our vlog.
Hi guys, welcome to our vlog.
Hi guys, welcome to our vlog.
Hi guys! Welcome to our vlog!
So for today's video, we're going to discuss the cognitive learning and development, social learning and development, and creating a relationship-based curriculum. Pero bago yan, kumusta muna natin yung ating mga kasama. Kumusta naman ang paano ninyo? And ano-ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan natin ngayon since tayo ay nakasiyahin lang.
So hello! So this quarantine, as a student, syempre, ang umikot lang yung oras ko sa pag-a-attend ng classes, online classes, and paggagawa ng mga activities. So, kapag may time, nakakapagpahinga. So, ang nagiging libangan ko is yung pag-browse sa Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Tapos, kapag may extra time pa ulit, is nakakapanood ng movies, vlogs, sa YouTube or Netflix.
Ako? Kamusta ako? I'm good. I'm alright. Char. So, ayun, the same lang rin naman sa inyo. Stress, but I'm doing my best naman. Ginagawa ang best ko. I'm putting my effort to finish this course and to cope up with this pandemic. And sana maging successful tayong lahat.
Hi guys! I am Asniya M Didato from Besed 2A. And speaking of quarantine, so ayun, stress minsan pero kinakaya naman. Ganun lang, laban lang.
Ngayong pandemic, dahil may bantangan ng COVID-19 virus, ang pinagkakaabalahan ko ay mag-online class and gumawa ng activity. Aside of this, tumutulong din ako sa gawaing bahay, like paglilinis, paglalaba, and paghuhugas ng plato.
Nice one, nice one. Nakakatawa kasi kahit na pandemic, you're finding ways on making your time be productive sa pagsagot ng mga online activities and sa paggawa na yung mga gawain bahay. So ngayon nadako na tayo sa ating unang paksa, which is yung cognitive learning and development. At paano paliwanag, further explain what is the cognitive learning and development at ang kaugnayan nito sa development o growth ng isang infant o toddler. Narito ang ating mga kaibigan si Anne, Allyssa. Paano paliwanag ang paksa patungkol na sa cognitive learning and development?
Thanks, Gab. So before we start, I will introduce myself first. Hi everyone, I am Ate Allyssa with Ate Anne to explain the first topic, which is cognitive learning and development. Shall we start? So, what is cognitive learning and development? Cognitive learning and development. The child is unique and capable learners because of their senses and their active brain. As relationship-based theory points out, an adult can help the child's interest to be deep and wide. The adults help the child to attend, discover, and explore. This chapter describes this important aspect of learning, how the brain and senses work, the processes of learning, and engaging environments and responsive interactions. Our brain takes shape as neurons connect with each other to create neural networks to hold and connect information. The brain perceives all information through the senses. The senses are sight, touch, hearing, smell, taste, proprioception, and vestibular. Proprioception is a perception or sense of movement and the position of one's body at a subconscious level. Vestibular involves in motor function that allows us to keep our balance, stabilize our head and body during movement. It's also maintain our posture. Mahalaga na malaman natin yung mga changes or pagbabago sa isang infant or toddler habang siya ay lumalaki. Itong topic na to ay magsisilbing guide or gabay sa mga caregivers, parents, or naka-assign na mag-alaga sa mga bata. After defining and giving importance about cognitive learning and development, let's talk about naman sa mga changes ng mga infant and toddler from birth to 3 years. The first sense that would be discussed is about the sense of sight or seeing. From birth to 2 months, the babies have development of sight. They are able to see best at 9 to 12 inches. Their sense of sight is not clear. It's blurry, unlike to us, an adult. Infants on that age can already follow the slow movements. Also, they prefer the color of the things with strong contrast sa light and dark because it is more visible to them. And since di rin nila ganong nadidistinguish yung mga ibang kulay. 2 to 6 months, the babies begin to recognize object as one image. They are able to look their own hands. Also, they use their vision to reach anything object. Also, they stare anything that are interesting. They are able to look themselves in the mirror and recognize the body. 6 to 8 months, the babies can recognize all colors as well as the adults and teenagers. Then, tinatouch nila yung self nila every time na nakikita nila yung sarili nila sa mirror. And they like certain colors. Also, they turn their heads every time nakakakita sila ng mga objects. 9 to 12 months, the infants, they are able to see small objects like yung mga cereals, corn, or anything na mga maliliit. Kaya na nilang makadistinguish ng mga ganong things. Also, they developing their depth perception and kaya na nilang mag-follow ng mga past moment like nang napapanood sa mga TVs or sa mga gadgets nila. 12 to 18 months, the infants and toddler are interested in reading books and yung sa pagbubuo ng mga puzzles and pag-stare ng mga pictures and images. And kaya na rin nila ma-recognize yung self nila every time na tumitingin sila sa mirror. 18 to 36 months, kaya na ng mga bata na mag-focus ng malayo man or mga malalapit na mga bagay. And kaya na din nilang mag-point and magpakita ng iba't ibang gesture para ituro yung mga things na wants nila. And kaya na nila mag-scribbles and ini-imitate nila yung mga words na naririnig nila. So after nating i-discuss yung development of sight ng mga bata from birth to 3 years, ngayon naman dumako naman tayo sa sense of hearing. So, let's start. Kasabay ng pag-develop ng mga infants and toddler ang kanilang mga senses. Ngayon naman, i-define ko naman ang development ng hearing ng mga bata from birth to 3 years. Birth to 2 months, they can hear many sounds and mas prefer nila yung mga song or mga lullabies na music. Nai-irritate sila tuwing nakakarinig sila ng mga loud sound. And then, turn heads if nakakarinig sila ng mga familiar voice such as yung mga families nila or yung mga parents ng mga babies. 2 to 6 months, the way na may naririnig silang mga bagong sounds ay nagtuturn head sila. Then, re-respond na sila using their own voice with different sounds. And also, kaya na rin nila mag-bubbles ng paulit-ulit. Then, nag-enjoy sila tuwing may nahawakan silang mga toys na nagpo-produce ng ingay. And natatakot pa rin sila tuwing nakakarinig sila ng mga loud sounds or yung mga sounds ng mga monster, mga ganun bagay. 6 to 8 months, ang mga babies interested na sila makinig sa mga sounds ng mga human or ready na sila makipag-communicate kahit hindi pa nila naiintindihan yung mga adults. And then, every time na tinatawag din yung mga name nila, nagre-respond na sila. Or nakikilala na nila kung ano yung mga pangalan nila. 9 to 12 months naman, interested na sila makinig or kaya na nila makipag-call sa telephone kahit hindi naman nila totally naiintindihan din. And kaya na rin nila mag-describe or mag-point every time na may pinapadescribe sa kanilang mga persons. 12 to 18 months, kapag nakatungtong na sila ng ganitong age, kalimitan ay nagiging active na ang kanilang hearing sense ng mga infants and toddler. Narito na yung nag-enjoy sila tuwing nag-play sila ng mga musics or sounds. Then kaya na nilang i-point yung parts ng body nila tuwing tinatanong sila na where's your nose, where's your eyes, where's your lips. Nakakaintindi na din sila ng mga basic direction, for example, yung left to right or kanan or kaliwa. Then up and down, taas, baba. 18 to 24 months, halos fully developed na din yung senses ng mga infants and toddlers. The way na kaya na nilang makaintindihan ng mga yes or no question, then mga simple phrases, then super nag-enjoy and love nila yung nagkikinig ng mga stories from the adults or from their parents. Then they are able to understand the basic colors name and words. 24 to 36 months, dito, at this age, fully developed na talaga when it comes sa senses ng hearing. They know yung mga size words, for example, yung short, long, small, big, mga ganong phrase alam na nila. Then, they understand the action words. I will now discuss the sense of touch. So, what is touch? The skin is the largest organ in the body and infants are very sensitive to touch. Infants use touch for comfort, for stimulation, and to learn about the world. They suck on objects, feel them with their hands, kick at them with their feet. Touch has many beneficial effects. A massage of moderate pressure can reduce heart rate, increase attention, and help premature infants to gain weight. It affects hormones too. Massage lowers cortisol and adrenaline and increases oxytocin. Now, I'm done to describe about cognitive learning and development and the senses of sight and hearing. Adrianne here will discuss the remaining topics about cognitive learning and development. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher Allyssa, for that. So, the next developmental trait is all about smelling and tasting. So first, smelling. The sense of smell develops quickly in the newborn babies. It used to help the baby to recognize their mother. And it is possible that smell has some role in the development of attachment in the baby and the adult. So next is all about tasting. Babies are able to taste sweet, sour, and bitter. They prefer sweet taste and will bring their hands to their mouth in their first week of life. So, sa pagkakaalam ko po, kapag hindi pa sila 6 months, is hindi pa sila pwede kumain ng mga food na mahirap i-digest. So, kaya pansin natin, ang mga babies is more on milks lang and soft foods like Cerelac, gano'n. And pansin din natin na yung kanilang mga kamay is madalas nilang pinupunta sa kanilang mga bunganga. So, babies show highly individual taste preferences. So, some infants welcome the introduction of new foods when they reach 6 months old. And alam naman natin na may iba't iba tayong culture. For example, sa Egypt, Mexico, Jamaica, and India, yung mga newborns is pinapatikim sila ng mga sweet liquids in order for them to become sleepy and calm. So, kagaya ng sabi ko kanina is, yung mga babies prefer sweet taste. Kaya po gustong-gusto nila yung lasa ng breast milk ng kanilang mother. Although most babies do not taste salt until 4 months, studies shows that baby with a family history of hypertension are able to taste salt at 2 days. And mas prefer nila itong ganitong lasa. So next is all about amodal learning and multimodal learning. Babies use their senses together. So babies are capable of this amodal learning and multimodal learning since birth. And they are able to take information through one sense and translate it into usable information for another sense. And this happens even when the second sense had never been exposed to the object. And they are also able to combine information from 2 or more senses. And na-observe ko po na it is very evident nowadays since most of the children prefer technology and digital learning. Napapansin ko na most of the teachers nowadays is prefer to use video presentation. And through that, learners are very interested to learn about the certain topic. And alive na alive sila kapag nakakapanood sila ng mga videos, lalo na kapag nasa YouTube or TikTok. And napapansin ko rin na through that is nakakakuha talaga sila ng knowledge from it by watching videos. And I observed din na the children prefer watching and listening a nursery song through online. Siguro kaya mas natututo sila dito is dahil sa mga high quality audio and video presentations. Surprisingly, children can easily get familiar on how to pronounce a word. For example, children who likes to watch Cocomelon. So next is all about core knowledge. It is a theory that says, as infants, we are most likely to learn the things that are important for our survival or evolution as species. So, for infants, in the language of core knowledge, the most important elements of their environment are objects, agency, spatial information, number, and social groups. The first important element is all about objects. Infants have an idea how objects behave, and they know within months that objects stays at one pace and they move as a whole. So the second important element is all about agency. Toddlers understand that people act with a sense of agency and attention to achieve goals. In a variety of studies, toddlers would observe an adult trying to do something intentionally or accidentally. So the third important element is the spatial information. So toddler will use this to become familiar or to orient themselves in a certain room. So for example, within the room, alam nila kung saan nakatago yung books, alam nila kung saan nakatago yung mga laruan nila, and familiar sila kung saan located ang CR and kung anong color yung wall ng isang room. So the fourth important element is all about numbers. So infants and toddlers seems to have an inherent knowledge or understanding about numbers. So ibig sabihin po ng inherent is existing. So existing knowledge or understanding about numbers. So for example nito is yung mga bata kapag po tinatanong po natin sila ng ilang taon na sila, or di ba po minsan sinasabi po natin sa kanila na how old are you, tapos nagre-response naman po sila kahit hindi pa po sila capable to memorize yung numbers from 1 to 10. So the fifth and last important element is social group. So even very young infant prefer to look at people who are like them or may mga similarities sila. For example, in terms of skin color and language. So tingin ko kaya ganun para it is easy for them to communicate with other, lalo na kapag alam nung bata na may similarity sila. So the next topic is all about action representation. Imitation is the primary way on how infant and toddler learn. It is said that it is the powerful and effective process on connecting other and for learning. Because when we say imitation kasi, it is the process that when the child follows you or imitates you or ginagaya ka.
Adults serves a role model for every young children and it comes naturally on us. So, likas na sa atin maging role model for them. And alam naman natin na every young children imitates us all the time. So, alam naman natin yon since curious nga sila sa lahat ng bagay. And para maiwasan natin na magaya ng mga bata yung mga maling gawain is kasi hindi natin maiwasan yon. We have these two strategies or ideas on how to prevent it. So first, be a good observer of when children are imitating. So set good examples for healthy habits, show good deeds like kindness, and all activities related to their well-being. The second is do not overuse modeling. When toddlers are figuring out how to do puzzles, stack blocks, or to dress themselves, give them time to struggle. They will learn so much from that by the process of trying. So it is also important for the children to experience struggle and difficulty sometimes because pag palagi natin silang tinutulungan, they will always depend on us kasi alam nila na may gagawa ng certain things for them. Kahit alam naman nila na kaya nila yun, parang iaasa na lang nila sa mga adults. And alam naman natin na importante for the children to know how to be independent. The next topic is all about sociocultural theory by Lev Vygotsky. Lev Vygotsky was a Russian psychologist in the early 20th century. His work did not become famous or well-known in the US until 40 years after that, which is in 1970s. And however, his theories of learning still continue to influence our understanding as of today. And this includes the tools of the mind, ZPD or the zone of proximal development, and the critical role of learning from adults and older children through scaffolding. So first, we will talk about tools of the mind. Vygotsky's tools of the mind are basically what we now call approaches to learning. He called attention, memory, and perception as the elementary tools. A very important contribution is the idea that these tools, in fact, everything we see and learn is social and influenced by our own culture. So, Filipino, tayo, kinaugalian na natin na ina-ask natin ng direct questions yung mga babies. Like for example, is yung pagtatanong natin na, where is your nose? Where is your eyes? Where is your ears? Where is your teeth? Where is your tongue?
And we use these direct questions as the way to teach them. So next is all about ZPD, or the Zone of Proximal Development. It is the set of skills or information that is beyond what the child knows, but within what a child could learn and understand from the help or support of the MKO or the more knowledgeable others. So yung MKO na yun is, it can be as adults. So for example, may isang bata sa classroom na nafu-frustrate na naiinis dahil hindi niya ma-button up yung shirt niya. So as the MKO or the more knowledgeable other is, pwede kang tumulong kahit simpleng paraan lang. Pwede mo siyang i-guide na i-button up mo yung shirt niya. And then, by that one bit of assistance, is pwede siyang makakuha ng learning doon para sa susunod is, kaya niya nang mag-isa na mag-button up ng shirt niya. So, last is all about scaffolding. It is the way that adults structures their contributions in order to give the child just enough help for them to solve the problem or take the next step alone. So, for example, is yung mga bata naglalaro ng shape sorter. So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ayan yun. So, shape sorter is, hindi, yung mga ibang bata is hindi pa capable maglaro ng ganyan. So, as the MKO or the more knowledgeable others, pwede natin silang turuan through scaffolding. So, ito yung kukuha ka ng isang shape, then ilalagay mo muna, ikaw muna ang gagawa, ilalagay mo muna sa hole. And then, kapag na-gets ng bata, syempre, make sure na ma-analyze nila yun. Give them simple instruction para madali nilang makuha. So, the next step is for them to do it. So, hahayaan mo na yung child na gawin yun. So, the next topic is all about social learning and development to be discussed by Teacher Gab. Go, Gab!
Yun. Thank you, Anne and Allyssa, for further explaining what is cognitive learning and development. Ngayon, nalalaman na natin kung ano nga ba ang cognitive learning and development, how it affects the development and growth of a toddler or an infant. Nalakay naman natin kung ano nga ba yung social learning and development at tinatawag. In social learning and development, meron ditong nakapaloob na dalawang factor. These factors are temperament and gender. First, temperament. Temperament is very important in having socialization between child or an infant and their peers. So, what is temperament? Temperament, or each child has temperament. It affects the way they are playing with others. So, temperament daw is nakaka-apekto sa kung paano makasalamuha itong mga bata sa kanilang kapwa-bata. There are three dimensions of temperament. So, yan ang tayong tinatawag na self-regulation, child's mood, and pangatlo is shy to extroverted. So, una muna is self-regulation. So, ano nga ba yung tinatawag natin? Self-regulation. This is focusing attention and controlling one's action. So, nakafocus lang siya sa attention na ibibigay mo sa isang bata at the way na tumatakbo yung socialization nyo. Pangalawa is child's mood. Ano nga ba yung child's mood? Mood. It is the range of emotions na pinapakita ng isang bata habang ginagawa nyo yung socialization na tinatawag. Number 3 is shy to extroverted. Ano nga ba yung shy to extroverted? Ito yung child's interest and skills in being with others. Ito yung kakayahan ng isang bata o yung kakayahan niya kung paano siya magpakita ng interest while being with others, while socializing with others, with other kids or with other people na tinatawag natin peers or parents, teachers. Pangalawang factor is yung gender. The behavior associated with gender may have biological root na tinatawag. Ito yung tinatawag natin nagmula pa or within the family na is itong norm na to, or maybe influenced by the environment o yung lugar kung saan nabibilang itong isang bata or isang infant or toddler, or pwede rin parehong nakaka-affect ito kung ano yung culture within the family at culture within the society. So sabi pa dito is children became more socially competent. Ano kami yung socially competent? Ito yung mas nag-engage sila into socialization na tinatawag. So children's mostly offered something to other children, diba? To have socialization, diba? And playing beside or naglalaro sila naglalaro yung isang bata para tinatawag ito, it's a sign kasi na naglalaro yung isang bata para makapag-engganyo pa siya ng mga bata na makapaglaro sa kanya. Marami rin mga bata ang nagiging approachable. Ito yung nagiging hindi mo approachable means yung madali mo sila makakausap, madali kayong magpapakalagayan ng loob. Ang naging approachable. So playing with na tinatawag, playing with others, or madali mo sila maging kalaro as a bata, diba? Mga bata kasi madali nilang makapalagayan ng loob yung kapwa nila dahil nga they became more socially competent. As meron din tinatawag na initiating playing or contact. Ito yung tinatawag nating may kusa na sila. Kusa na silang kusa na silang nag-aaya ng ipaglaro sa kanilang kapwa-bata. Ito yung tinatawag nating initiating. Meron silang initiative na magyaya ng laro, kakausapin na nila without na walang command galing sa kanilang peers, guardians, or parents. They became more friendly. Panakibigan na sila. Dahil nga nagiging siguro konektado na rin ito na nagiging approachable, meron silang initiative, and they became more friendly. Tapos comforting and helping. Yan. Kasama rin yan sa mga traits na nakikita na sa isang bata na socially competent. They became showy in terms of empathy and defending favorite adults and peers because they begin to develop the theory of mind na tinatawag. Tapos defending favorite adults and peers, maybe these peers and adults are their parents, or maybe their friends, their relatives, or their teachers. They became increasingly skilled during the first 3 years of their life with their parents. So, yung pagiging socially competent nila ay nagsisimula pa lang during the first 3 years nakasama nila yung kanilang mga magulang. So, nag-start pala ito within the family or within the people na nakakasama ng isang infant or toddler sa kanyang tahanan. So, sabi pa dito, infants and toddlers have the capacity to learn, to enjoy peers, to play and communicate, to become pro-social. Ibig sabihin, mas pinipili niyang makipag-socialize, makipag-communicate sa iba, to become friends who enjoy each other's company, and to negotiate conflicts with peers. So, para ayusin daw kung meron ng hindi pagkakaintindihan sa pagitan mo at ng iyong mga kaibigan or mga nakakasalamuha. And they became increasingly skilled during the first years of life with parents and teachers who use sensitive, responsive strategies to promote these capacities and children's development. So, katulad yan na sinabi ko sa kanina na during the first 3 years pa lang, ang bata nakapiling niya ang kanyang mga magulang, teachers, o yung tinatawag natin peers, dahil nga sila yung gumagamit ng sensitive and responsive strategies para turuan or promote sa bata yung mga capacities ng children, the way na mag-socialize sa iba. So, children's unique attributes of temperament and gender influence peer relationship. There are 3 dimensions. So, katulad yan, sinabi ko kanina, meron 3 dimension of temperament that most impacts the social development. Una nga dito is yung self-regulation na tinatawag. So, include focusing attention, controlling one's action, and expressing strong feelings in a socially acceptable way. So, the range of emotion is the usual tone of the child's mood. So, ito ang tinatawag natin child's mood, yung range ng emotion na pinapakita ng isang bata. And then, the range from shy to extrovert o yung tinatawag na transition from being shy and then as time went by, nagiging extroverted na sila, nagiging open na sila para sa nagiging mas open na sila sa mga kapwa nila, bata or peers. Children with an inherited temperament will need support from parents. So yung may mga problema sa kanilang temperament, kailangan nila, sabi dito, kailangan ng mas support galing sa kanilang parents and teachers to develop confidence, kasi nawawalan sila ng confidence. They are lack of confidence because that's why hindi sila makapag-socialize or nawawala sila ng initiative para i-practice yung socialization with other people. And then and skills to play with peers. So yun. So isa pa to, dine-develop ng parents and teachers ang confidence ng bata para magkaroon siya ng initiative na makipaglaro sa iba, makipagsalamuha sa iba. Exuberant children, the children of the world, may be engaged in more joyous as well as conflictual peer interaction. So toddlers' preference to play with children of the same sex may be explained by the compatible playing styles theory. Sabi pa dito, social development is complex and interesting. So infants and toddlers during first years of life have the capacity to learn to communicate with peers. So dito pa lang, masasabi na natin na during first 3 years of age pa lang ng isang bata, ay natututo na siya makipag-communicate sa ibang tao na malapit sa kanya or yung madalas siyang nakakasama. So, increase their play skills, develop pro-social behavior o yung behavior na may kinalaman sa socialization sa group and attitudes and manage conflict and negative feelings with peers. So, nalalaman na ng bata kung paano niya i-manage yung feelings niya with peers. Kung meron ba siya, kung nakakarating siya ng negative feelings sa nakakasalamuha niya, ngayon natututo siya i-manage yun. So, natututo rin siya nagkakaroon din siya ng magandang attitude in terms of socialization, pakikipag-usap sa peers and other people. So, children with special needs, kasama rin natin, children with special needs or children with exceptionalities can gain social skills also with typical peers, yung tinatawag pililan or kasi itong children with special needs kadalasan dito is nahihirapan sila makipag-socialize, so they became more comfortable lang only on the people or person, yung mga tao na nakakasalamuha nila sa araw-araw, gaya parents, teachers, and friends. So toddlers have a variety of communication skills that they use to begin and maintain a relationship with other children. So toddlers have meron daw iba't ibang uri ng communication skills ang ipinapakita ng toddlers o yung ginagawa ng toddlers para masimulan or ma-maintain yung tinatawag nating relationship with other children. So ito yung mangyayari sila. Pero kakausapin nila, tatanungin nila kung ano yung pangalan. So doon nagsisimula. Or maybe siguro mag-start muna sila ng laro tapos hihintayin nila na lapitan sila ng isang bata or ng iba pang bata para doon mag-i-start na yung tinatawag nating socialization. So they inform, direct, and use sounds, words, and laughter to keep other children involved in play with them. So meron silang mga ginagamit na they inform, direct, and use sounds, words, and laughter to keep other children involved para hindi maalis or hindi maputol yung communication na tinatawag. Paring patuloy silang nakikipagkwentuhan or meron tayong laughter o yung pakikipagtawanan as the way the children or the infant or the toddler communicate with other children. So older infants and toddlers are capable in helping, showing empathy, and sharing and comforting other children. So, natututo sila kung paano mag-comfort ng other children, comforting, kung nakita man nila na sad yung isang child doon, pupuntahan nila yun, and then tatanungin nila kung okay lang ba yun, kung anong problema, and then natututo rin sila mag-share, magawa na lang ng toys, ng foods, or share ng stories, diba? At magpakita ng empathy or awa or and then they choose to be with those who are helpful. So, mas pinipili nila na makasalamuha doon sa mga bata na sa tingin nila ay makakatulong sa kanila or tutulungan sila. Yun, tinatawag natin socialization between toddlers and infants. So, children learn through responsive, caring relationships. So, natututo sila through responsive and caring relationships na tinatawag na ibinibigay sa kanila ng kanilang mga parents, teachers. Adults can use many strategies to support peer development na tinatawag. Culture plays part in whether early peer interactions and valued by adults. So, yung culture, malaking part ng ginagawa ng culture. Lalo na sa kung paano makipagsalamuha yung mga bata sa kapwa nila. Kasi na culture is within the maaari natin sabihin, within the society, and also family is within the society. So yung culture na nasa family or nasa society, maaaring ma-absorb yun ng bata at hindi maaaring makapekto sa kung paano siya makipagsalamuha or makipag-usap sa kapwa niya bata. And then at itong culture na to yung pinaka-binavalue o pinaka-iningatan or pinaka-pinagyayaman ng adults or yung pinaka-tinuturo sa mga bata. Dahil nga siguro ito rin yung kanilang kinagisnan nung sila pa ay naging infant, maaari. And then program practices can enhance peer development. So yung mga practices na tinatawag sa ating infant and toddler program ay makakatulong din para sa ma-enhance yung peer development. Peer competence is associated with higher quality care in programs. So, konektado daw yung peer competence na tinatawag sa ating higher quality care in programs. So, peer, sino nga ba yung mga peer na yan? Sila yung mga taong nakakasalamuha na lagi nakakasama ng isang infant or toddler. Maaaring ito yung kanilang parent, or kanilang teachers. And then, care in programs, smaller groups size, lower child to teacher ratios. So yung relationship between child and teachers, the nature of the child's relationship with the teachers, and the specific strategy used. So ano nga ba yung kahalagahan nito sa child development? Dahil nga child development connected din ito sa kung paano makipag-socialize. Isa pa na mahalaga ang socialization, mahalaga ang pagkakaroon ng social skills para sa mga bata or toddler, dahil it will make them prepared na para sa real world. Magagamit nila ito in the future. Magaling sila sa social skills, communication skills, makipagsalamuha sa tao. They will become more globally competitive individual na tinatawag. So, ngayon tapos na natin talakayin kung ano nga ba yung tinatawag nating social learning and development. So, sabi ko nga, development is in nagde-develop yung social skills ng isang bata, katulong ng kanyang peers, ito yung sinasabi ko nga kanina na parents and teachers. So, the next topic will be creating a relationship-based curriculum. So, after natin malaman kung ano nga ba ang epekto or impact ng cognitive learning and development in a child's development and growth at social learning and development, ngayon talakayan naman natin kung ano nga ba ang relationship-based curriculum. Ano nga ba ang kahalagaan nito sa isang infant or toddler?
Thank you, Teacher Gab, Teacher Allyssa, and Teacher Ann. Talaga namang napakahalaga na malaman natin na we should be aware to the developmental milestones of a child, especially to us, future educator, because these developmental milestones will provide essential informations about child's growth, and this will serve as guidelines on how to handle each child. Talaga namang busog na tayo sa kaalamang binigay nila about cognitive and social learning and development. But, hindi pa dyan natatapos ang lahat, because Teacher Asniya and I will also gives you knowledge about creating relationship-based curriculum. Relationship? Is it something or feeling butterflies in your stomach? Or bigla-bigla na lang humuhugis puso yung mga mata?
Oh my God! Wow!
Or, ano nga bang tatalakayan natin ngayon, Teacher Asniya?
Thank you, Teacher April. Mukhang in love tayo ngayon, Char. Kidding aside, this topic, creating relationship-based curriculum, has a connection to the interaction or relationship between the child and his or her parents, caregivers, or teachers. Ano-ano nga ba ang tatalakayin natin ngayon? We will discuss about the concepts of relationship-based curriculum at sasagutin din natin ang mga tanong na what are your assumptions, beliefs about the nature of infants and toddlers? And what are the needs of infants and toddlers?
Hindi lang yan. We will also discuss about the role of teachers in relationship-based curriculum and kung ano nga ba ang importansya ng emotional development ng teachers sa mga bata and how this program creates relationship to the families of the child and how do teachers respond to their cultures. Mukhang hindi na nga sila makapaghintay, Teacher Asniya. So, let's start the discussion.
Yes, Teacher April, mukhang hindi na nga sila makapaghintay na makinig sa mga ibibigay nating informations. Kaya't uumpisahan ko na sagutin ang tanong na, what is relationship-based curriculum? A curriculum for infants and toddlers is everything that happens with or to the child from the moment that they are carried, walk, or run into the program until the time they leave. This approach to infant and toddler curriculum focuses on the importance of relationships to infants, toddlers, families, and teachers. Thus, even after a family lives with a child for a day, the family carries with them the essence of curriculum, the importance of their relationship with their child, the planning strategies and interactions are responsive to individual children. A responsive, relationship-based curriculum focuses on the mental health of the infants and toddlers. The curriculum is based on the perspectives and needs of infants and toddlers.
Tama ka dyan, Teacher Asniya. Importante ang relationship ng mga bata, parents, teachers, and caregivers. Mahalaga na responsive ang interaction to all individual children. Pero bakit nga ba? What are their needs? What are the beliefs and assumptions to the nature of infants and toddlers? Most adults think that children have rights. The rights to be protected, to learn, to be loved and to be treated with respect. They have the rights to belong and participate with their family, culture, and social life. Infants Infants and toddlers need strong emotional connections with their families, teachers, and peers in order to thrive. Children have neurobiological expectation for affection and nurturance. This means that children are biologically programmed to expect to be protected and cared for in loving ways. And if they are, then they are more likely to develop optimally.
Tama ka dyan, Teacher April. Responsive care ay nagbibigay daan sa mga bata para mas ma-develop. Kapag pinaramdam natin sa kanila na they are loved and treated with respect, they will feel that they are secured and belong. And hindi sila matatakot na matuto at explore ang mundong ginagalawan nila.
Yes, in addition to that, Teacher Asniya, hindi na sila matatakot dahil alam na nila na may taong handang sumuporta sa kanila. But as teachers naman, ano ang role nila sa relationship-based curriculum and ano ang importansya ng emotional connection nila sa mga bata?
Yun, kanina ko pa gustong sagutin ang tanong na yan. What is the program's view of the roles of the teachers in the creation of the relationship-based program community? The first role of the teachers is to create a strong foundation, providing a positive emotional connections and healthy relationship with the children is also a primary responsibility of the teachers. What are the importance of teachers' emotional connection with the children? Because children's emotional development is the foundation for the children to love and to learn. Teachers think about the well-being of the children from the child's perspective and ask what it's like to be an infant and toddler in this program and what can I as an adult to do support the child emotionally. Teachers' interactions must care for the spirit, emotional health, and vitality of the child by demonstrating a profound respect for each child's emotional experiences.
Indeed, Teacher Asniya. Kaya minsan napapansin natin na may mga batang ayaw pumasok sa loob ng classroom o ayaw magpaiwan sa mga nanay o tatay nila. As a teacher and future educator, we should have emotional connection sa mga bata. Alamin natin kung bakit ayaw nilang pumasok dahil baka mamaya natatakot lang pala sila sa atin. At suportahan din natin sila emotionally dahil isa ito sa mga pundasyon para magkaroon ang mga bata ng eagerness na mas mahalin pa ang pag-aaral.
Yes, Teacher April. And paano naman nakakapag-create ang relationship-based curriculum ng partnership sa parents and how the teachers respond sensitively to the child family's culture?
An intake form is usually completed with the program director or the family child care provider and parents together. Not only crucial information is collected from the family that support the development of the child, but also budding relationships are formed that provide firm foundation for all future interactions with the family. Information is exchanged. Teachers provide informations about the program, and parents provide information on how to best meet the needs of children. How do program teachers respond sensitively to a child's and family's culture? With a healthy dialogue, parents and teachers can negotiate an agreed upon practice about infant and toddler program. And as always, a mutual respect of asking and listening can be developed between parents and teachers in regard to the most important issues about child rearing. As what Gonzalez and Nina stated, no matter what culture a person comes from, a goal should be to develop a person-to-person relationship. Treating people with respect solves many cultural problems.
Wow, may pa-quotations pa talaga sa dulo ah. But if you like the question, I really like your answer. Communication is the key. Kailangan lagi tayong nakikipag-negotiate sa mga magulang ng bata and we should also respect each and everyone's culture.
Yes naman, may pa-quotation din sa dulo, Teacher Asniya. Yan ang future educator ay kailangang laging handa, lalo na kapag nasa loob ng classroom.
Yes, Teacher April, dapat laging handa and dapat din tayong maging responsive hindi lang sa mga bata, pati na rin sa mga magulang nila. Because when the teachers develop a strong, positive relationship with the families from the variety of cultures, they will have a network of support for the well-being of infants and toddlers. And to create a respectful relationships, teachers and parents must take time to dialogue.
You're right. And to sum up this topic, as a teacher and future educator, our role is to create a relationship-based community to ensure that infants and toddlers feel safe, nurtured, and experience sense of belonging. Teachers are intentional on how they scaffold children's emotional, social, language, and cognitive development. A responsive relationship-based curriculum, the moment-to-moment, day-to-day, and weekly needs and interests of children and families guides the planning process. A responsive planning process that includes reflect, respect, and relate will ensure that the curriculum is truly day-to-day, the relationship way. So, we are done discussing all the topics. I hope that you guys learn about social and cognitive learning and development, and sana may natutunan rin kayo about creating relationship-based curriculum. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this video will be beneficial to all of you, and sana nakapagbigay kami ng maraming informations that will help you be knowledgeable about child's development. And yun lang, and don't forget to
Like,
comment,
And share.
At kung bago ka lang sa channel na to,
Don't forget to click the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga ipopost namin.
bye guys!
Thank you for watching!
Thanks for watching.